Hey guys, it's Laura, and I just wanted to make a quick intro and sort of like disclaimer for this video. I filmed this like a month and a half ago, and I'm in a very different place now. If you've seen my video about how I'm feeling better, that's more up to date and relevant, but I still thought that this information in this video was really important because I was very vulnerable video and just like a lot for me to talk about, and I still feel like I want to put it out there, so that's what I'm doing. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm not in that same space anymore, which is a good thing. So I'm going to be talking more about that in the future, how I'm getting to this space and the help that I'm getting, but for now, just watch this video. I'm so proud of myself for making this video, so I'd really appreciate it if you watch it, and that's all. Go watch it. So sometimes it's hard to know what makes me sad, and sometimes it's easier. Not necessarily easy, but easier. And I think this is one of the times where it's easier to tell, just because I saw something on social media and that was just like a reminder of my past, I guess. And it kind of, I don't like the word triggered because I don't know why. I feel like the word triggered triggers me because it's just like, ugh. But I know that that's the word to use, and I don't know if there's any other word, but it triggered me to feel sad. And so it definitely like triggered something inside of me and made me feel sad. And so it's something that's hard to talk about. What I want to talk about today is grieving the loss of a relationship. It's a topic that I feel very weird talking about publicly, but I do think it's a topic that needs to be talked about and that I need to talk about. And so I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability without hopefully saying too much. So I was in a relationship for a little bit more than 2.5 years. Yeah. And it was a really good relationship. It was my first relationship, but it was a really good one. And I think I learned a lot from it about what a good relationship looks like. It's good and it's bad. A part of me wonders if I'll ever find something that good again, which is a great thing. Like, that's a great problem to have, that you had such a wonderful relationship, especially when it's your first one, but it makes it difficult to move on from. That's one thing. And I mean, it's been a really long time since the relationship has ended, and I've gone through phases of like, immediately after it happened, I was like kind of okay, which was shocking because I mean, I was definitely upset, but I was like relatively okay, and I like survived it and it was fine. And over winter break, I like thrived for the most part. And then all of a sudden it was like, wait a second, like, you're not okay, like, you didn't grieve this. And I think that kind of messed up my grieving process because it had been like two months and I was totally fine. I was like, oh, I guess it's fine. But then all of a sudden I wasn't fine anymore. And so then it felt weird because it had already been a while, and I feel like I'd moved on, but I didn't actually move on. And that's totally okay. Like, I know that that's okay because it was a really long relationship. You can't just get over something like that in that short of a time. But I think that screwed up my grieving process because then the grieving that I would have done immediately after, I did 2 months after. And that was difficult because life moves on for everyone else and it moves on for me, but even as life moves on, my emotions don't necessarily move on. And so it like was hard to keep up, I guess, and try and keep up when I really couldn't. So I think just the timing of when I started to process the breakup didn't line up well with other things going on. A part of me, like, I didn't just like all of a sudden start feeling upset and I was like, oh, I'm grieving the relationship. Like, it wasn't like that. Like, I didn't really realize that for a little while. And so I was all like still trying to move on without like properly taking the time to wallow in it. In Gilmore Girls, when Dean and Rory break up, Lorelai says to Rory, you need to sit, and I'm pretty sure she says wallow in it, in your sadness, and she was right. And so I didn't feel like I didn't want to do that. It had been 2 months. I was like, I'm not gonna sit in bed and just cry for, like, that seems so wrong. And even though like I did that at times, I still moved on with my life, and I was still super busy because I was in school and all that kind of stuff. And so I knew I wasn't happy, and I knew that I was sad, and I sort of knew that I had stuff that I had to work through, but I didn't do anything about it. Like, I just went on with my life, went on with trying to move on, and I talked to other guys. I was on dating apps. I went out with other guys, and I tried to have a relationship with someone else, and it just, well, it kind of, as I was doing those things, was just like this isn't what's best for me. And then this whole quarantine thing happened, which a lot of people hate this quarantine, and I mean, it's been going on for so long that it's gotten on my nerves, trust me, but it was a good thing for me. It was a really good thing for me because I was kind of suppressed. I think I guess I was just suppressing my emotions so much because I was so busy. I was like, I don't have time to be sad. And when I was sad, I wasn't like fully like letting it out. I have depression. I want to sit in bed all day. I don't want to do anything. I don't want any responsibilities. I want to lie in bed and watch Netflix all day, every day. And then literally the world said to me, basically, you can lie in bed and watch Netflix all day, every day. That's what you should be doing. And it was wonderful. But as much as it was wonderful for my depression. Like, it was feeding my depression to lie in bed all day and do nothing all day. And in that moment it was great, but at the same time it was really unhealthy and really bad. But what it did allow me to do is to grieve and to lie in bed and cry and feel sad for days at a time if I needed to. And it felt wrong, and it still feels wrong when I feel sad because it feels like it happened so long ago. But everyone grieves in their own time. And I hate to say that. It's really hard when people grieve in different ways, or when people feel their emotions in different ways and at different lengths of time, because it makes me feel like I should be moved on. Like, I feel like I need to be in a different place than I am. Like, I need to be happy because this is going on for so long. It's been, I don't even know at this point, maybe, I don't even know what month it is. I think it's been 7 months, and there's still a part of me processing and grieving the situation, and it stinks. This is not what I want to be doing. I literally would rather be doing and feeling anything else than what I feel sometimes. And it's not all the time. And sometimes it's more often than others. Social media is an awful thing. Like, I love to just scroll through Instagram and scroll through Facebook and just look at the stuff. But you follow people and you're friends with people on social media who post things. They bring up memories that you're trying to not forget. You don't want to forget these things because they're good memories, but they're just not what you need right now. And so it makes it difficult. And I did go through who I follow on Instagram and unfollowed a lot of people. I'm sorry if I unfollowed you. Don't take it personally. What I'm talking about right now is not the only thing. The relationship is not the only thing that has happened in the last 6 months to a year of my life. Other things have happened, and there's other things that are adding to this and whatever. Social media was a bad place for me for a little while, and I just didn't want to go on and look at it. But then I realized you can go on and unfollow people, and it's okay. Like, if you are planning on unfollowing them anyways, you probably don't really care that much what they think about you. And so I did that, and so then it's easier to go on social media because I know I'm not going to see the things that remind me of things that I'm trying to just not think about right now. And it's not, like I said, it's nothing personal. Like, I'm doing what I can to help myself right now, and unfollowing someone on Instagram or unadding someone on Snapchat or whatever it is, like, it's nothing against them. It's what I need to do for myself. And I know I don't have to explain myself, but since I'm here and since I'm talking about it, like, that's the explanation I have. And if that upsets you, then I'm sorry, but I'm not, like, you need to just deal with that on your own. And yeah, so I don't think that I told the full story here about my emotions, and I think that there's some things that I totally didn't say that are still relevant, and maybe with time I'll tell a better version of this. But the point is, even when you start to feel better, it's not always better. That's such a negative thing to say, but I know that I've gone through periods of times where I'm like, I'm ready to move on, and like I feel good, and like, I'm gonna move on. I know that there's someone else out there for me, blah blah blah. And then there's periods of times where it's like, what the heck is going on? Like, never saw this coming. What has my life turned into? And there's periods of times where my emotions are just all over the place, and it's really difficult to deal with. It is what it is, and I know that I have gotten better than I was. I know that I am on the right path and that things happen in their own time, and it's okay to deal with things in your own time, even though it might not seem like it's the right time. Like, I just so often feel like the grieving process, I don't like the word grieving that much for this, but the grieving process, for lack of a better term, is different for everyone. And just because someone else grieves in a different way in a different time than you, doesn't mean that the way that you grieve or the amount of time it takes you to get over something, it's okay. I think that's just kind of what made me feel sad tonight. And that kind of goes to show that, like, it was something that made me sad all the time once. Now it's not something that makes me feel sad all the time. And that's an improvement. That's all I have. I can't believe that I just said all that. I don't know. But if you watch this and you are understanding of it, thank you very, very much. And that's all I have for right now. But thank you for watching. And I hope that you'll stick around to see what else I have to say. Because this is the way I process. So I'll see you later.